Hello everybody, and welcome to another Throne of Eldraine draft here on the channel. It's come back for human draft, and I'm really excited to dive in. But before I do, I want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with any questions or feedback in the comment section down below. You can catch me streaming live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Okay, let's see what we got here. First pick, there is a Giant Slayer, which is just a great card. It's a 1-drop with a nice ability, and then the adventure part is also really nice. You can get like a nice little 2-for-1 with that. Other than that, there is Merfolk's Secret Keeper, which can be really good with any milled shenanigans you try to go for. Red Cat Melee is great. Flutter Fox is good in the right deck, but I think Giant Killer is probably just the best card in the pack. It is just a very powerful effect, and when you can get chopped down and then play your little 1/2 that taps things, it's really nice. I will say that Merfolk's Secret Keeper versus Red Cat Melee is a little bit closer for me. The Secret Keeper is so important for the blue decks, because blue decks really need inevitability, and Merfolk's Secret Keeper also turns on all your other cards, like your So Tinies, and makes Didn't Say Please an actively good card in your deck when you can actually mill your opponent. Runaway together becomes a lot better, because you want to be able to bounce your Secret Keeper. So Secret Keeper is actually incredibly important, but I think that Giant Killer is a little bit better. My cat's name is Sasha. Okay, following up the Giant Killer. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to continue with white, because Silver Flame Ritual is definitely not a card that I'm happy second picking. Bell of the Brawl can sometimes be nice. White-Black Knights is okay. I think Charm Sleep is a little bit worse. One of the things about Eldraine, Antonio, though, is that you don't really want to be staking claims. You want to kind of go where the draft takes you in many respects. Bell of the Brawl can be nice. It's hard because black itself is sometimes a little bit lacking in knights. I mean, it has some. Hey, JC. I don't think Once Upon a Time is that good in draft. I think it's between Bell of the Brawl, Charmed Sleep, Merchant of the Veil, but I don't think Merchant is that good. So I think it's mostly between these two cards. I think Bell of the Brawl is just better. It's higher upside, more powerful effect. Charmed Sleep is oftentimes like a card that you'll play one copy, but in like your more focused decks, it's not as good. It's like a more generic card rather than a overwhelmingly good card. Okie doke. Following up a Bell of the Brawl, there's no black cards in the pack, so we've kind of fallen into a strange pattern here where every time we take a card, the next pack doesn't have a card of that color. But there is Arcanist's Owl, which is really nice. We could be a mono white deck still. We could be white-blue still, so that's a very good card. Fairy Guidemother is also really nice. Goes well in these aggressive decks, so I could take a Fairy Guidemother here. Third pick. May seem a little bit early, but this card is a powerhouse. Scalding Cauldron is also nice because I can take it, figure out what's open, and I know this card will make my deck. So I think it's between the Arcanist's Owl, the Fairy Guidemother, and the Scalding Cauldron. I think Wandermare is probably 4th place, because white-green can be a nice adventure's home. I could also just take this and then hope to get Fairy Guidemother type stuff later. Wandermare is just not the greatest adventure payoff, though. I think we're just going to take the Fairy Guidemother. It's just going to go well with my Giant Killer, and I don't mind getting myself solidly into white with a couple of nice white aggressive cards. And now I think Mysterious Pathlighter is a great addition. It works really well with the Fairy Guidemother and the Giant Killer to some degree. Trapped in a Tower is a fine white card, but it's not as powerful as the Mysterious Pathlighter, especially if things end up being open. I don't really even regret passing up on the Wandermare, because I could still end up in a deck that uses a different color other than white-green specifically. But Wandermare is a nice little synergy piece for more adventure cards, but you do want to make sure you have the adventures in the first place, like your Guidemothers. I think we'll take the Pathlighter definitely over Trapped in a Tower. I think Trapped in a Tower is the second best card, because I am trying to get into white. Brimstone's pretty solid. Once and Future's good in the right deck. There's a Merfolk's Secret Keeper here still, but I think we're definitely just taking these nice little adventurous cards. Wow, another Secret Keeper. Pretty incredible to see another Secret Keeper there, not gonna lie. I think we'll take it. I mean, it's a little bit yeah, I don't know where we're supposed to go. We could take Merrileaf Rider too. I guess that's more likely than going into a Secret Keeper deck, even though we've seen 3 Secret Keepers now. We would have to abandon all of our early picks to do it, but maybe we're supposed to because it seems relatively open. Merrileaf Rider, sure, I would like it, but I think I'm potentially just seeing that blue is wide open, and so I'll just speculate there. And now Flutter Fox is great. Escape the Wild is pretty good. It's like a 5-mana draw 3 a lot of the time though. And we just wanted to speculate on the Secret Keeper rather than a Merrileaf Rider. because I'd rather have all my 2-drops be the same color to support my Fairy Guide Mother, my Giant Killer. So yeah, I think we're just going to get this Flutter Fox here pretty easily. There's nothing else even really close. Silverflame Squire is nice. Again, there's a green card, but I'm being a heavy white deck here. This is also an adventure creature to go with my Pathlighter. And Jousting Dummy would probably be my next pick just for a colorless 2-drop. Rally to the Throne for the Throne is also okay. It's really nice when your opponent's trying to race you and you just play this, gain like 4 life, make a couple 1/1s, it just really swings a race in your favor. But Silverflame's great. And now another Silverflame, I think, gets the edge. I think Trapped in the Tower is objectively better than Silverflame Squire in a lot of decks. It's funny because we're seeing the Merfolk Secret Keeper, Sage of the Falls. Sage of the Falls is incredible. There's no way this card should be going this late, by the way. But our deck, all our other cards just don't really support that plan. We have a lot of aggressive, like, 2-drop adventure creatures, and so I don't think we want to go for a mill deck, because it's just, if we were any other direction, like if we were a mid-range green deck, we could go for a mill deck, but we're just kind of on the adventures train. I think Trapped in Tower is solid, but I'd rather just keep getting these adventure creatures. And now Youthful Knight works really well with the Silverflame Squire. It's a combat trick. Yeah, this is just kind of a bizarre draft. And now a Silverflame Ritual. Blue has looked the most open other than white, but we don't really want a double blue card, and Silverflame Ritual is a fine one of. Okay, we'll take Moonlit Scavengers if we end up in blue-white, which is relatively decent chance of happening. Ooh, nice Idyllic Grange late. We could end up in a blue-white deck because we do want some enchantments and stuff. And black didn't look open at all. Yeah, this was a weird draft. If we had started with Merfolk Secret Keeper, we'd have like 4 Secret Keepers, and our deck would be insane. But I think our deck is already pretty good. Okay, now this is a pretty easy Glass Casket. We do have a Flutter Fox, so we do want some artifacts and enchantments. We might end up with some other payoffs, and this is our main color and everything, so really a nice addition to the deck. Maybe even Jousting Dummy as a second pick out of this pack, so I'm glad there's something as good as Glass Casket to take here. After that, yeah, Jousting Dummy is a 2-drop that triggers Flutter Fox. I'm hoping to get a couple more Flutter Foxes. Ooh, Grumgully. Feels bad that we can't play that one. I guess there's a Fireborn Knight. That could be nice if we end up in like a mono-white deck or a white deck that splashes a tiny bit of red. Pretty nice addition. Again, I don't need to prioritize the Ritual or the Rally for the Throne. The Rally does get a little bit better when I have a Ritual. Adamant. This is kind of like an Adamant card because you have to be mono white to really get the most use out of it, or like very light splash on red. And now a Sir Alan. I like that. I do like Rimrock Knight, but I think we're just going to be really happy keeping our deck a very consistent white mana base. Sir Alan is a great 5-drop. Right now it looks like we're mono white. Like we already have 11 cards. I guess this is a land, so we're going to have to be disciplined, make sure we get some Henge Walker type cards, probably. Ooh, and now Ardenvale Tactician, great addition. Wandermare is a great card. In this deck, we have 2 Silverflame Squires, we have a Giant Killer, a Fairy Guide Mother. So we have a lot of stuff for it, but I think Ardenvale Tactician is just great as well. And this way, we get to play Fireborn Knight, because we can't really play Wandermare and Fireborn Knight in the same deck. And if this was a different card, like if this wasn't specifically Ardenvale Tactician, which is probably the literal best card for our deck, we would probably take the Wandermare and speculate into green at least. But because we have Fireborn Knight already, because Ardenvale Tactician is as good as it is, we're just going to keep taking the mono white cards. Okay. Now I think we're going to want to speculate into green rather than more blue, just because we could end up with some adventure stuff, like an Edgewall Innkeeper would push us into green. So we'll take the Merryleaf Rider here over these good blue cards. Wow, late Deathless Knight there. We're not really that direction though, we'll just take a Knight of the Keep. We don't really want Ardenvale Paladin. We'd rather just have a random 3-drop, even though it's not the best. I'd prefer not to main deck the True Love's Kiss, but I will in a pinch. And now we'll just get another Silver Flame Ritual. We're going to try to have a lot of creatures here. We only have 2 non-creature spells. So we are going to have a lot of creatures, especially because a lot of our creature spells have adventures, so they get a little bit of extra boost. With 2 Silver Flame Rituals, I guess we're not going to play Happily Ever After. I kind of wish we had a Rally. Happily Ever After is not playable in Limited, really. Another Secret Keeper pretty late. Crazy. Ardenvale Paladin, we don't really want that card, I don't think. I think we'd rather just have Silver Flame Rituals, stack up our creatures, make them big. And now Jousting Dummy is a great addition. It's a 2-drop that triggers Flutterfox, which is perfect. Another Silver Flame Ritual. Maybe I shouldn't be taking these so many times. Wow, late Grumgully. I don't think I want more than 2. Ooh, Rally for the Throne is great with my triple Silver Flame Ritual deck. There's a True Love's Kiss, but I'd rather just get the Rally. Ooh, Wandermare came back. Nice. So green-white could be open. We can definitely speculate into green for the Wandermare. Or we could be mono-white. There's definitely perks to both. We'll see how it works. This is best of 1. Unfortunately, there is not best of 3 for this format. We just took the uncommon. I don't think we're going into blue. We're either going into red to help us play the Fireborn Knight, or sticking to mono-white, or playing this Wandermare with a couple of forests. Or we're just going mono-white. We'll see. If we get like an Edgewall Innkeeper, we're definitely going to go into green because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adventure creatures. Hopefully we don't have to play this Knight of the Keep. Last pick, Ardenvale Paladin. Okay. Okay, so what do we see in this pack? Really a miss on this pack. This pack is really horrific for us because there's no white cards. I guess we could take a Slaying Fire. The difference between Slaying Fire and Scorching Dragonfire is 2 mana versus 3 mana. But being able to do this to any target is nice, and we could like definitely just speculate with a couple of forests. I mean, a couple of mountains. And we're not going to be casting it super early, I don't think. So we could definitely speculate into red for this card. We could also just take Scorching. I think it's close, because this one's never going to be triggering. But being able to do it to any target is nice, gives you some reach that they might not expect. And since red would be more of a splash anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Edgewall Innkeeper is exciting. We can get rid of those. And we get to play the Edgewall Innkeeper and the Wandermare now. We're definitely taking that over Outflank, over Outmuscle. Edgewall is fantastic in this deck. It's like a 1-drop that they pretty much have to kill. Okay, so now that we know that we are green-white, I think we just take the Heraldic Banner. I really like it in this deck. It's definitely better than a Silver Flame Ritual. It can get me some mana ramp, but most of all, it can sometimes fix my mana if I really am in a pinch. But a lot of the time, it's also just going to be a very good buff for all of my creatures. +1/+0 is nice, especially with some small flyers like Fairy Guide Mother. Wow, Resolute Rider. Maybe we are supposed to just go back to mono-white. We'll have to see, because Resolute Rider is fantastic. It's definitely the pick in this pack. We're not playing Ardenvale Paladin, hopefully. I could see abandoning these 2 cards just because our mana base is going to be so good and we get to have access to Fireborn Knight. Oh yeah, okay, we're transitioning back to mono-white. Sorry, Edgewall Innkeeper, you would have been good in this deck, as would you, Wandermare, but we get access to Fireborn Knight, 2 Resolute Riders. I do like Flutterfox here, but we already have a lot of 2-drops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops, which is a good number, and Flutterfox isn't at its best in this deck, whereas Resolute Rider is just an absolute house of a card. We're going to start off with maybe 1 Silver Flame Ritual. We're probably going to have to play Knight of the Keep. Signpost Scarecrows are technically a playable. I guess we'll just take the Sage of Falls, though. We have a lot of humans in this deck, so let's just take the Scarecrow. Maybe we'll have to speculate into another color, or we can just play some of these, like... Oh, beautiful pickup. Another Silver Flame Squire, I love it. Faber Elder is actually kind of cute with all these like heavy cards that are hybrids, but we can't actually play it, I don't think. Rally for the Throne, another nice addition when you're mono white. Which we are. With double Resolute Rider and Fireborn Knight, it's nice to just be mono white. Especially because Fireborn Knight works really well with all these like buff spells, and yeah, Edgewall Innkeeper would be nice. I won't lie about that one. Ardenrail Paladin as a 4-mana 3/5. Where am I at on that? It's not really what this deck wants. I already have a lot of 4-drops. I think it's worse than a Silverflame Ritual. So maybe I'd rather just have it. Because when it gets buffed to a 4/6, it's pretty hard to punch through. Wow, Out Muscle came back. That green splash would have been really tempting if I didn't have double Resolute Rider and Fireborn Knights. These are 3 cards that really reward me for going mono white. Wow, Outflank came back. That's actually a great addition. Because I have a lot of creatures. I'll definitely play that. Ooh, Flutterfox came back. Beautiful. I have Banner, I have Dummy. Oh, the indestructible one is a beating. Okay, so the only white cards we have... We're not playing this Scarecrow for sure. Okay. The only other white card we have is Silverflame Ritual. I think we do want 17 lands, though maybe we could justify cutting one. The thing is, we just have such a... We also have this as kind of a mana source. We have just a lot of ways to spend our mana with the Silverflame Squire Combat Tricks, and Ardenrail Tactician being kind of like a 5-drop sometimes. I think we can cut Knight of the Keep. This card's just a little bit weak. Let's look at our 3-drops. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4 4-drops. And then these cards are kind of like our top end. We want to cast these on like turn 5. I think Silverflame Ritual having 3 is nice. But I could definitely see going down to 2, or I could see cutting an Ardenrail Paladin. I guess it's going to be a little bit awkward. I kind of want to draw exactly one of these. Drawing both of them in my hand is going to be rough. And I do have Heraldic Banner to do a similar thing. I think Ardenrail Paladin's good enough. I'm not always going to be on the draw, and it's just a really good defensive tool. 4 mana for a 3/5, for a 3/6, I mean, is just huge. And if it gets a counter, it's a really nice attacker. A 4/7 is really hard to block. I think 17 lands is nice. We do have good mana sinks, but this is a mana sink, this is a mana sink. This is a mana sink, kind of. All the adventure stuff is really good with mana. And I think Outflank is good in this deck with 16 creatures. So yeah, looks like a great deck, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, especially those who support me at the credits level. I really appreciate the support, and thank you so much for helping me continue to produce high quality content on a consistent basis. It really does help me out a ton, and if you'd like more information about what it means to become a patron and the cool rewards you get as my way of saying thank you, you can find that information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Without further ado though, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We have a good hand here. We're going to keep this. We're going to put the Guide Mother out on turn 1. It just gets in for a lot of damage when you play it on turn 1. That's the benefit of it. It's a good card to have in your opening hand. And we can put a counter on it a little bit later on. Pretty good hand here. Yes, Glass Casket. I was about to say, I hope they play a Glass Casket target here. Against green-black, I expect that they will have something for me to use my Giant Killer on. Oh, my cat wants to go outside. Oh dear. So they killed my guy. That's a bummer. Oh, I messed that up. Whoops. I was supposed to play my Idyllic Grange that turn. I think I'd rather have 2/2/2 flyers. I could see playing I'm just gonna play the Giant Killer. They didn't end up with a 4-powered creature. If this had been a Fierce Witch Stalker, I can like block this guy. They could be at 8 right now if I had put my Idyllic Grange out on the optimal turn. But the 1 point probably won't matter. Okay. So they use that as a 1-for-1. This card is a lot worse than it looks in the set. I love another big draw here. Big draw. Big moment here. What do you got for me, deck? Ooh, that's a good one. They have 3 mana up. There's no real instant they could have, I don't think. So this is 2 to tap. What do they have? I wanted to kill the Tempting Witch because thank you so much for the subscription, Felonious. I appreciate that. Welcome to the community. Let's get a warm welcome in the chat for Felonious. I'm actually Mythic 97%. I'm in a low Mythic spot right now. Yep. Well, they're sacrificing that, which means this thing can't be indestructible now, which is nice. No blocks. Big draw. Ooh, that's a good one. So we are going to tap the Lochthwain Paladin. Okay. Well, I guess we're tapping the Wicked Wolf. Killed it. Booyah. So if I attack with everything and then tap the Surferin or whatever, then they have to chump with this and they take 7 and they gain 3. I'm okay trading that. They can't kill this with a double block. And I like that they have to sack their food. I'm imagining every time I draw a Silver Flame Ritual, I'm imagining if Ardenvale would be better. Ardenvale Paladin. And a 3/5 would, a 3/6 would also be really good on this board. Giant Killer getting big. Yeah, he's killed many giants. Vigilance is actually really nice with the Giant Killer. I'm okay if they hit me with Wicked Wolf. I'm not going to tap it. Okay, now I will. Whew. I didn't tap anything because I would rather just tap the Wicked Wolf on their turn. And it didn't change the combat math. They could just gain the 3 life and not die anyway if they jumped. Whew. Got the win. Another round. We made one change. We cut the Ardenvale Paladin for another Silver Flame Ritual. I forgot that I had 2 of the Rally for the Throne in this deck, which counts as like double creatures, which is even better. Gonna play the Youthful Knight first. Even if they have +2/+2, this doesn't stop it. If they have +3/+3, it does. But that would be a pretty bad use of a turn. I don't think there's a board wipe. At least one's not coming to mind. Boom! Got the win! Our deck continues to perform well. See you in the next round. I have a fantastic hand again. This deck is incredible. Absolutely amazing. The monocolor perks here. Flûter Fuchs. I'll definitely do this. You want to go for your combat trick when you can. Next turn I can go for the Pathlighter. This is a more mana efficient play. If they don't kill it this turn, I can start holding up Indestructible. Yeah, they are going to want to kill it this turn, though. That is an incentive for them. They are going to be gaining some life. Okay, this is much better. Okay. Now I can block this guy. Next turn I can go Fairy Guide Mother plus Ritual, or I can jump something and then Fairy Guide Mother plus Ritual. Wow, another bacon to a pie on my 3/2. That's actually okay for me. Double bacon to a pie is just really good. Hard to compete with that for any deck, really. I think we're gonna have to wait on the ritual. We need to draw a Rally for the Throne, I think. Luckily, they're a little bit color screwed here. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Maybe I was incorrect to wait. Maybe I was. They'd be at 4 less life. Maybe that was super greedy. They are just gaining a ton of life, though, so I feel like I'm not really racing them all that well. Because they can just sacrifice their food for 3 life whenever they want. Yeah, this game's over. I can't win. I can't possibly win. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. They're just going to gain like 10 life. We did not have a great draw. I guess maybe we could have won if we drawn Resolute Rider, but I don't think that game's really winnable. Just the way things worked out. Just didn't work out very well. Welcome to another round. We're on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. It's a bit expensive, but I think we're going to try and wait a little bit. We're probably still going to jam this on turn 4, but then we can hold up the mana for it. To give it Indestructible. I don't like jamming this guy on turn 1 against a green deck. They have Fierce Witchstalker, Garenberg Paladin. Plenty of stuff. Play the Pathlighter. I like the Pathlighter here. Next turn I can go Guide Mother, play Guide Mother, and then play Giant Killer as well. Mostly like if you're on the draw, like having like slower cards is a little bit okay. It's more acceptable. I think I still like having access to a combat trick. So I don't really need to just jam this game for no value. But they're just dead. This is why we were happy to have a combat trick. Yeah, that was not remotely close to close. They got mana screwed. Unfortunate for them. But good for us. Whew, see you folks in the next round. This time against Petrix. Gonna lead with the Flutter Fox. Because then it'll get flying at some point. Yeah. Turn 3, and then if we need flying, we can go turn 4, these two. They probably have Scorching Dragonfire or something. I think here... Still just going to lead with the Pathlighter. If they want to kill that, I'm okay with that. I don't have any adventures in my hand right now. They can Scorching that. Means they won't be able to Scorching my Fireborn Knight. Oh, it's just a Thrill. Okay, yeah. This is one of those matchups that's really good for my deck. Awesome to hear, Dredizzle. Because they aren't doing anything to affect the board right now. Which is really important for me. Next turn we're going to play Fireborn Knight. First of all, it's good to do that because it's going to hit just as hard as these two. And second of all, because if I draw another 2-drop, I can like mix and match my 2-drops, whereas I can't mix and match my Fireborn Knight. Yeah, I don't like Tome Raider. It's just like, it's too small to do meaningful work a lot of the time. The round that I lost, I was kind of afraid of Midnight Reaper. And I still kind of played into it because I don't think... Like, I think I needed to hold this Overflame Ritual. And the reason I didn't... that I played my land out is because if I drew Rally for the Throne, I wanted to be able to play both of them in the same turn. But maybe that's just greedy. Maybe I should have just held the lands, played around Midnight Reaper, discarded 2 lands. And then if I drew Rally for the Throne, I could do it over the course of a couple turns. Okay, okay. The Copter from M21. Yeah, it is. I think the Copter's a little bit like mediocre in the set too. The set that it was best in was core set 2019 for the Copter, Sky Scanner, and that was good because artifact synergies mattered. I just don't like 3 mana 1/1 draw card. It just doesn't do anything. It's kind of like how I didn't like oh no. Well, hopefully they don't have a Merchant of the Veil. Probably do though. Yeah. Luckily we're beating down in the air. I guess this kind of punishes the air beat down plan. It is updated name. We'll see if they double block the Pathlighter. Okay, that worked out. Oh, it's very common in Throne of Eldraine, updated name. Very common. One of the things that makes the set so sweet is my mono-white deck is competing against a blue-red deck. Oh, they're so dead. Nice. Boom! Got the win! Unless they have another red cap melee. In which case, we're still close to winning. And they already played one red cap melee. The fact that red cap melee hit my Fireborn Knight as the only target where they don't have to discard is really funny. I mean, just don't have to sack a land. I'm about to sneeze, I think. I think I'm about to sneeze. Well, I took my headset off because I thought I was going to sneeze, but then I didn't sneeze. It happens, Chris. I'll attack with this guy. I'll trade it for 3 rats, sure. Boom. Got another win. Whew. See you in the next round, folks. Another round. We are going to keep this hand. It's not my best hand ever, but if we draw another 2-drop, maybe Silverflame can get some value. Sir Alan is actually a pretty solid addition to this hand. Making that a 5/5 is nice. Oh yeah, Jousting Dummy. Come on. Let's go. The only card in my deck that doesn't care about Heraldic Banner. Grumgully, oh no. Well, that's not good. So I could go Fireborn Knight and then put a counter on it. Or I could go Sir Alan this turn and go for a counter on the thing next turn. Regardless of what I do, I'm attacking first. Because if they block, I'll use my Silverflame Squire. Mission accomplished. I'll definitely block Grumgully if I get the chance. This card is terrifying. I think I'll make this guy a 5/5 for a strike. Oh, jeez Louise. Gosh darn it. Why do I've played against Wicked Wolf like 4 times. Holy heck. Oh, we're definitely killing that while we have the chance. That was a good draw. Got my 2 for 1 back. Next turn I'm going to go Sir Alan plus counter on him, I think. We'll see what they play, though. Hopefully it's not a Garenbrig Paladin. Okay. Yikers. Sir Alan hype. I'm not going to buff this because I want a threatening activation on this guy. That's great for me. Four, 8, 11. This way, if they have +2/+2, they don't win. If they have +3/+3, they can win. Phew! Close one. Got the job done, though. Boom! Whew! Fling! I'm glad I did that, because that could have ended badly. Whew. If I tried to go for a value block instead of just a chump block, because they only had 2 mana up, so they could have just played a follow-up blocker or something. Got the win. We are going to keep this. It's a bit sketchy. We have a lot of our buff cards and not a lot of our creatures, but we have a ton of creatures in our deck. And we do have 1 creature, and... and we have a lot of creatures. Thank you so much, Felonious, for gifting a subscription to How to Draft. I appreciate that. Welcome. Mahalo, I am. We're just going to play this thing. Name white. We're not going to attack, though. Because we can just Silver Flame Ritual and then attack past this thing all day long. No, that 4/2 would have been so good. Thank you so much, Felonious, again for gifting a sub. Okay, so they have 3 mana up. What instance could they have? They could have the black Lash of Thorns, but nobody plays that. They could have So Tiny. I think we're going to go for this. They could have Run Away Together. The Counterspell. True. Counter Military didn't say please. Okay, we're okay if they didn't say please our outflank here. I'm totally okay with that. Whoa, gifting another tier 1 sub to Jake4MC95 and another tier 1 sub to Glenard Elliott. Thank you so much, Felonious, for all these gifted subs. No, they did not retroactively change it to a 1/2. Oh, they retroactively changed it to say Mill 2, yeah. Okay, yeah, we totally lose this game. We did not have a good draw. Our first hand was pretty sketchy. Yeah, we can't possibly win here. Awesome, Outlaw. holding this land so that this thing won't be able to attack. Sure, Taco Cat, I'll pop up the deck list. The Flutter Folks. They probably have a didn't say please for this one. Yeah. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's not even a didn't say please. It's so much worse. Maybe I'm supposed to just hold my spell until I have 2 in 1 turn. I'll have to see. Ugh. I forgot about that element of this format, is that you're supposed to save your spells sometimes. Okay, Revenge of Ravens. Yeah, I definitely should have saved the Fox. Okay, yeah, I lose. I can't possibly win. Yeah. Now that they have a flyer beating me down, I might as well concede there. Have a good hand here. We have Rally for the Throne plus Silver Flame Ritual. With 1 more land, we'll have this Idyllic Grange really online to buff up our flyer. We definitely don't want to trade anything off. Oh yeah, the bacon to a pie loss. I don't think we want a glass casket. We'll just rally for the throne. Yeah, I lost to the Reaper / them having Savvy. That's crazy, 11 herbs. Oh yeah, that's gonna get glass casketed. It's not very mana efficient, but I'm still gonna get rid of this. Thanks for another gifted sub, Felonius. Welcome, Jandolf. I really do appreciate this, Felonius. So this thing's going to be able to gain lifelink soon. Sure. Flying for the Flutterfox. Edgewalling Keeper, terrifying. Wow, that's really good for me. Or it seems like it would be good for me. I didn't think they'd block. Am I pro masks or anti masks? Like, I think people should wear masks. Oh no, that's a bummer. I already have my Fairy Godmother in play. One thing you can do is you can use your Fairy Godmother on these creatures to turn off the anti-flying claws. They don't have 3 mana up. They could have a Garenbrig Paladin Carver, I mean. Well, we don't know about their hand. So they hit me for 3. I'm not going to block. I have a lot of cards that let me just block this next turn. Oh, this thing being under a thingamabobber is not great. Okay, this is risky. They could have outflank. Now they're at 1, and I have a blocker for this thing. I just wanted to really get the Silver Flame Squire into play so I could block this thing. And have a backup blocker in case they have like an out muscle or something. And now either of my flyers is lethal. It was worth the gamble on them having outflank, I think. So what could they have? They could have. They don't have a Garenbrick Carver, and they can't. The only other card they could have is +3/+3. So we'll go to 4. We'll let our flyers win us the game. Okay. We got it. At the very least, they'll have to chump block, and then we can chump block for them. Boom! Got another win. And we're headed to the final round. Whew. We are on the draw in this final round. But we do have a good hand here. A couple of squires to go with this Pathlighter and a Silver Flame Ritual. I would love to draw any 2-drop right now. Flutterfox would be absolutely perfect. After the game, you offered her. We can't afford to miss our 2-drop against them. They also look like they're mono white. What a bummer that we're on the draw for this matchup. So I can attack in. They'll probably block. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything for me. I have turn 4, turn 5, turn 6. We'll take 5, I guess. Two, 4, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If they pump it. So basically we lose this game, I think. Because our opponent was on the play. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. No! No! My precious. Okay, we're screwed. Essentially is the message here. Yeah, we can't possibly win. I've said that a lot this draft. But I don't think there was anything we could have done differently this entire game, because... Oh yeah, we're just dead on board now. Yeah. Not literally dead. Okay, okay. Can you imagine if we won this game, how hype it would be? You're kidding me. Please don't hit anything. Dang it. If we had drawn outflank there to kill the Fireborn Knight, oh my gosh. Just think of the hype. We're dead because of this giant killer. The giant killer screwed us. If they didn't have it, if they had basically, this is like a 2-drop because it's a 2/1, so they basically had 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop into giant killer to kill my 4-drop. Just disgusting. This game would have been completely different if we'd been on the play. I honestly think we probably could have won just easily if we'd been on the play. But, you know, such is life. You can't win them all. We did our best. We did our best. And that's really all you can do. It was a good draft, though. It's a good demonstration of what you can do in Throne of Eldraine. If you do find the open color, you can draft that monocolor deck. That's sweet, sweet value. And we didn't quite get to max wins, but I think this deck definitely could have if it had won the die roll in the right matchups / places, or gotten a little bit better draws in certain situations. But yes, that is going to do it for this draft video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did make it all the way to the end of the draft, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Giant Dream Killer to let me know you made it all the way to the end, because it dream crushed us in the final round. And we also had our own that was pretty good for us. So leave that hashtag to let me know you made it all the way to the end. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with any questions or feedback. Check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, the Discord server, the Patreon, linked in the description and pinned comment. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.